The Memory Backbone of AI, a comprehensive guide to Micron technology, MU. As of January 25, 2026, Micron Technology, ticker MU, has transformed from a cyclical commodity chipmaker into a structural powerhouse at the very center of the artificial intelligence revolution. For an investor today, Micron represents a picks and shovels play on the AI hardware build-out. While NVIDIA provides the brain, GPUs, Micron provides the memory, HBM and DRAM, that allows those brains to process massive datasets. Having recently smashed earnings expectations and announced its entire 2026 supply of high-bandwidth memory, HBM, is already sold out, Micron is entering a supercycle that many analysts believe has years of runway left. This guide breaks down the company's technology, its record-breaking 2026 financial outlook, and the risks that every semiconductor investor must navigate. 1. The core business. Why memory is the new AI bottleneck. In 2026, the global tech narrative has shifted. It is no longer enough to have a fast processor. You must have memory that can keep up with it. This is where Micron dominates. The technology pillars. High bandwidth memory. This is Micron's crown jewel. HBM is a specialized, vertically stacked DRAM that provides the extreme speed required for AI training. Micron's HBM3E and upcoming HBM4, launching later in 2026, are significantly more power efficient than competitors, which is a massive selling point for data centers trying to manage heat and electricity costs. DRAM, the working memory of every computer. Micron is one of only 3 major global suppliers, alongside Samsung and SK Hynix. NAND Flash, the long-term storage used in SSDs. While less glamorous than HBM, NAND is seeing a surge in demand as AI models require massive amounts of fast storage to feed data to the processors. 2. The 2026 catalyst, sold-out status. The single most important development for MU investors in January 2026 is the supply-demand imbalance. The full order book. Capacity committed. On January 16, 2026, Micron confirmed that its entire production capacity for HBM through the end of the year is already under contract. Multi-year agreements. The company is now signing 3 to 5-year volume commitments with hyperscalers like Microsoft, Google, and Amazon. This shifts Micron away from its historical boom and bust cycles toward a more predictable, high-margin business model. The HBM4 roadmap. Micron is currently sampling its next-generation HBM4 with key partners. These chips offer a 60% performance jump over previous generations and are expected to power the next wave of AI accelerators, such as NVIDIA's Rubin architecture. 3. Financial health. Record revenue and margin expansion. Micron's financial performance in early 2026 is nothing short of historic. The company has essentially obliterated previous records for profitability. Key metrics, fiscal Q1 2026. Revenue reached a record $13.6 billion, up 57% year-over-year. Gross margin soared to 57%, with guidance for 68% in the next quarter. For context, memory margins were often in the low 20s during previous downturns. Earnings power. Analysts expect non-GAAP earnings to grow by over 275% over the next 2 fiscal years. Dividend and buybacks. In late 2025, Micron initiated a quarterly dividend of $0.115 per share and has spent over $1 billion repurchasing its own stock, signaling management's confidence that this peak in the cycle is different from the past. 4. Strategic expansion. The $100 billion megafab strategy. To meet the insatiable demand for AI memory, Micron is engaging in the largest private investment in U.S. history. Building for the future. New York and Idaho. Micron has broken ground on its megafab in Clay, New York, and a new leading-edge DRAM fab in Boise, Idaho. These facilities are designed to ensure AI sovereignty for the U.S. and provide a domestic supply chain for high-performance chips. Taiwan acquisition. In January 2026, Micron announced a $1.8 billion acquisition of a fabrication site from Powerchip Semiconductor in Taiwan. This move is designed to immediately boost DRAM capacity and alleviate the bottleneck in HBM packaging. 5. Critical risks. The bear's case. No high-growth stock is without peril. For Micron, the risks are primarily cyclical and geopolitical. The overinvestment trap. Historically, the memory industry kills its own profits by building too much capacity. While Micron is currently sold out, if the entire industry, Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron, build too many fabs at once, we could see a massive oversupply and a price crash by 2028. AI spending plateau. Micron's current valuation is built on the assumption that AI spending will continue to grow at triple-digit rates. If companies like Meta or Microsoft decide they have enough AI capacity, Micron's order book could shrink rapidly. China exposure. Despite its U.S. expansion, a significant portion of the memory market remains in China. Continued trade tensions or new export bans could impact Micron's ability to sell its high-end chips in the Chinese market. Beta volatility. Micron is a high beta stock, 1.57. It tends to move much more aggressively than the S&P 500. A 2% drop in the market can easily translate to a 5 to 6% drop in MU. 6. Investor strategy. How to approach MU.
The reasonable valuation. Despite its massive rally, Micron trades at roughly 11 to 12 times forward earnings. Compared to other AI plays like NVIDIA 30x+, or AMD 40x+, Micron is often viewed as the value play of the AI boom. Cycle management. Don't buy MU thinking it will go up every day. Semiconductor stocks are momentum plays. Use limit orders to buy on dips rather than market orders at all-time highs. The HBM market share metric. Watch for news regarding Samsung. Currently, Micron and SK Hynix are the leaders in AI memory. If Samsung, the largest memory maker, successfully fixes its HBM yields and floods the market, it could put downward pressure on the prices Micron can charge. Conclusion. The essential AI enabler. Micron technology in 2026 is no longer just a chip company, it is a foundational utility for the intelligence age. They have successfully transitioned their business into the highest value segments of the technology sector, and their record-breaking gross margins suggest they have found a unique level of pricing power. The verdict? If you are building an AI-focused portfolio, MU is a core holding. It provides a different kind of exposure than software or processor companies. It is a bet on the physical necessity of data. As long as AI models continue to get larger and more complex, they will need more of what Micron makes.